Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another edition of The Story Behind the Car, and it's the Little Red Express.
Give him my cell number.
So this is owned by Jimmy.
But he's got to be willing to sell
And
the
I've
damn
asked Jimmy
truck.
all day long to do a video, and Jimmy said he did not want to get on the video. He didn't even want to be heard on the video. So I just want to shoot a little bit of this, and then I'm going to ask his life partner, Brody. So, Brody, can you talk about the Little Red Express? Can you tell us about this vehicle?
Yes, they made them for 2 years, 78 and 79. It was a late introduction in 78, April. Production started. Production for the first year, they were built in Canada.
Really?
Second year, for 79, they were built in Warren, Michigan.
Tom Gallagher, another story behind the car, and it's another van, a conversion van. This is owned by Scott. He did not want to be in the video. It's a 1983 Ford Econoline, and it was originally purchased as a white van by the previous owner. Scott is the second owner, and the van was originally white. The previous owner, the original owner, had it stripped down, and then it was repainted, and he said that this is a Ford truck, orange color, and Scott wanted to buy it 3 years ago, and the owner did not want to sell it at the time, and Scott kept after him, and he just wouldn't sell. And then one day Scott was on Marketplace and found it on Marketplace, drove up and started talking to the guy that owned it. And he's, oh yeah, I remember you. You were interested in buying it. And he said, hey, it's Tom Gallagher. Another video of the story behind the car. We're with Steve and his 1986 Grand Wagoneer. Steve, wow, thanks. Amazing vehicle.
Thanks.
Can you tell us about it? How long you've had it? And
we bought it in 2015. We're the third owners.
Okay.
It was originally in Southern California. That guy had it most of its life. It was California emissions. The second owner.
This is here?
No,
okay.
Just I was pointing north.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a California emission vehicle. All the emission stuff's gone now.
Okay, good.
The second owner had it for about 5 years, and we got it in 2015. He had the engine rebuilt. He had the guys pull the emission stuff off. They took the plastic that had died, tanks, washer fluid, coolant, replaced those. They put the Edelbrock aluminum intake and rebuilt the engine with an Edelbrock Performer cam and Edelbrock covers. I upgraded the ignition to the HEI, and I put the
Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another edition of the story behind the car, and this is a 1974 Dodge van, and the owner is a gentleman by the name of Bruce. He's in the witness protection program, and so he was very uncomfortable getting on the camera. So I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll get closer, but I don't want to show Bruce's face. Not sure what he did, but shortly after he got this, he bought this new in 1974, and he did all the upgrades himself. So I'm going to back up over by Bruce here in a second, and I want to ask him a couple of questions about the van and get some of the information. Bruce, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What's the significance of the front windows around the passenger door, driver's door? How did you do that? Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another edition of the story behind the car. We're with Nick, and this is his amazing 1959 Cadillac. We'll show you the back end in a minute, but Nick, I was walking by and I had to stop. This is an amazing vehicle.
Yeah, thanks.
And how long have you owned it?
About 3 years now.
Yeah. And obviously, the question is such a beautiful car, but what drew you to the 59 Cadillac?
Well, I mean, it's an amazing car, and I think when you just think about cool cars, everybody likes a 59 Cadillac. It's just so unique. My dad's had old cars over the years, and we saw this one come across and thought we had to have it.
Yeah, and I'm just going to walk around and shoot some of the beautiful grille, and the headlights and the parking lights are just amazing. Now, I love Route 66, and Tucumcari, New Mexico, they have a statue, but it's not a person, but they have the tail lights. Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another edition of The Story Behind the Car. We're with Rick, and this is his 1967 Dodge Charger, and a 440, and we'll go right to the engine. And Rick, how long have you had the car?
I've had it since 2001.
2001. And what drew you to the to this body style? This is a unique vehicle.
Yes, it's very unique. My parents had one when I was about 3 years old, and
Okay.
I remember seeing pictures of it with me on the fender, and I just fell in love with it.
That's what I love about this channel. There's always a unique story behind the car, and usually it has a memory, and just an amazing vehicle. Now I worked with a guy that had one of these, and if I remember, the seats fold down in the back.
Yes, the back seats fold down, the armrest folds up, and then the pass-through, the trunk opens up. So you can haul a 7-foot 2x4 in there if you want.
Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another edition of The Story Behind the Car. We're with Joe from Waterford, Michigan, and this is his 1965 AMC Marlin, and what a unique and amazing vehicle. Joe, how long have you had the?
I've had this car 4 years.
And what drew you to the Marlin?
My father-in-law has a Marlin that's out in the museum, Gilmore Car Museum in
okay.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Always liked the style. I'm a GM guy.
Yeah.
When this came available, I actually bought it from one of the members of the Marlin Auto Club out of New Hampshire.
That badging there has to be some of the most unique badging you'll ever see.
Yeah, it is. It's a unique badge. The car sat down in North Carolina for 27 years in a gentleman's basement. It made its way up to Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and then Michigan.
And what condition was it in when you got it?
It was in pretty good condition. My problem is I can't leave things alone. And I started to take it apart and got too far, and then I decided
Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another episode of The Story Behind the Car. I'm with Bert and his 1961 Triumph TR4. And how long have you owned it, Bert?
I've owned this car since March
Okay.
this year.
And I'm going to walk around as you talk about it. What drew you to it?
Well, I went down, I found it on the internet down in St. Louis at a restoration shop. It's Alive Automotive.
Okay.
And I went down, took a look at it, and the shop had a whole bunch of different British cars, and this one was already fully restored, and it was just a great deal for what's in the car and what's been done to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I went ahead and picked it up down there.
And I see, technically, I guess it's a 4-seater?
It is, technically it's a 4-seater, but the back seat's more for looks or just storage. You can't really sit in it.
Yeah, and also that way the insurance isn't crippling with a 2-seater.
Yep.
It's a really, hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another version of The Story Behind the Car, and holy shit, this thing's amazing. A 1971 Dodge D100 Sweptline, and Jason is the owner. And did you build it as well, Jason?
Yes, we built it.
Yeah. Can you? This thing is so loaded with stuff. Can you tell me about the wheels and tires?
So American Racing Salt Flat Specials, and then just Continental tires. Actually, my wife picked out the wheels, so I give her credit on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, she helped me. She picked out the color on the truck, the wheels.
And what is the color?
It's a dark ceramic gray.
And is it an OEM color?
It's a Chrysler color. Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
And what drew you to the D100?
They're different.
Yeah, they
So
definitely
just
are.
Don't see a whole lot.
And
of
the
them.
hood opens practically straight up.
Almost straight up. Yes.
And this is why they call it the Sweptline here. I'm assuming that's why.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And how long have you? Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, and another edition of The Story Behind the Car. Check out this absolutely amazing Chrysler. So we're at the Springfield Route 66 Festival, and this is amazing. 1966 in all its glory. And look how long this thing is. So we're going to just walk around the car show and take in the sights. And then there's a Chrysler 300 right next to it. And check out that. Holy smokes. Wow. A 440. So it's a 68. It must be the same owner. It's out of Kansas City, I see, and we're in Springfield, Illinois.